an original series from... Hey folks, it's the BMD here. If you want to connect with me, now you can by email at thebmdtalks@gmail.com. If you are a struggling artist or have a strong desire to pursue a musical career, maybe you can catch a break with our new show, Meet the Band. You're listening to Meet the Band.
Yo, Vanilla, kick it one time, boy.
Catch a break with me, the BMD.
Kick it.
BMD's back. BMD's back. Hey folks, welcome to the channel. That's me, the BMD, and you're on Meet the Band, Catch a Break. I'm your host, the BMD. Thanks for coming to the channel. It's our first interview with up-and-coming recording writer, recording star. What else can she do? She can do pretty well everything. Welcome to the show, Shahana Ross. We are so happy you took the time to come on the channel today for our show segment, Meet the Band. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you? Thank you for having me again.
Good, good. You look so good. We're going to get right into it. So tell the listeners, I know this is our second interview together, but it's our first YouTube video on the channel. Tell the listeners, who is Shahana Ross?
Shahana Ross. In a nutshell, Shahana Ross is a singer-songwriter from Toronto, Canada. I sing R&B, gospel, pop music. I'm all about, uplifting women in the community, and through my music, I portray that, and I sing love songs, and I'm all about empowering people.
Well, we're going to get into all that type of music. I listened to your tracks all over the weekend, and I thought the new one, I believe that was called Hook, wasn't it?
Yeah, Hook.
Yeah, we're gonna introduce that song during the interview. But tell us a little bit about your background. You mentioned from Toronto. Tell us about your culture, your roots. I read in your bio that you got started in the church with a bit of gospel singing. And you are in Canada, of course, but you have some Caribbean roots too. Tell the listeners about that.
Yeah, so I'm Canadian born. I left here when I was 11 years old, and I went to Barbados for a couple of years, 8 years. I developed my singing career down there. I started to write songs, singing like groups with my friends, and it developed over time. When I came back to Toronto, I worked with other artists and other local labels, and I continued to work on my craft. And from since then till now, I'm still working at my music career in general, and just trying to break in the industry as a musician.
So how did you select your music genre that you selected, with a bit of hip hop, a bit of pop? You mentioned some love songs, maybe some jazz, R&B. And by the way, you sound very similar to Sade.
Oh, Sade. Oh,
Sade, yes.
That's a nice compliment.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful voice. So tell us a little bit about your background and how you got started. Was it singing in the shower, singing at church, singing going back and forth to church and school? How did you get started?
From the time I was a kid, I was always singing like with my friends, and it was just a passion that I picked up. And the first time when I saw Aaliyah try again, I just like wanted to be just like her, and like I'm just mimicked her, and from then I've just been singing in talent shows, singing in choir, singing everywhere that I could to develop this musical passion that it was God given to me. So yeah, and I just
You have a beautiful, beautiful voice.
thank you. I
Beautiful
try.
voice. And we're going to get into one of the other songs, but I have to ask you, what was all this kind of techno beat?
Because I don't like to stick myself in one genre of music. I like to cross over to hip hop, R&B, pop music, gospel. I like to dabble in everything. So that's why when you listen to my music, you're gonna hear like maybe a jazz, pop, hip hop, like whatever. If the beat is nice and I can write to it, I'll write to it and I'll try to make a hit to it, and hopefully it explodes and people feel the song.
Now, back to, you mentioned hit making and the beats. Are you a beat person, developer too, or just lyrics, or you buy the beats? What's the songwriting beat process?
I lease my beats, and sometimes I do buy the beats, and then I just write to the song, to the beat. I don't do anything like making it, but I just like basically I write to it. Like if the only thing that I might have dabbled in, like if I see like in the producer's sequence of how he puts the song together, if he puts one instrument there and then I don't think that it goes back with how it's flowing with the music, I'll just like tell the engineer to like, take that out and put in like the chorus right there and like kind of direct it in that mannerism, but I'm not really technical into that area.
So back to the songwriting, how does that process start? In the hundreds of artists I've interviewed, they all have a different vibe, a different style, a different thing they do in routine, perhaps like an athlete, or they have superstitions, they have a routine or a program, then they work out. Tell the listeners how you present your songwriting abilities.
To be honest, I just let the beat speak to me. Like if a producer gives me a beat, I just sit down and like, it sounds weird, I just try to feel the emotions that the beat is giving to me, and then I feel my own emotion, and then like I allow an experience that I've been through go like talk through that song that I'm feeling, and that's just how I just let it flow,
Mhm.
speak from experience or speak from a perspective of someone else that I've seen gone through something in life, and like I know what they've been through, so then I can use my writing skills and my abilities to create a song.
Were you driven by the church, the choir music? Like, how did it expand your creativity, on the starting of your career?
I started young, and I didn't like start in church. Like the church came a little later on afterwards. Like I got into the choir later on. But I just started like locally singing and stuff like that. And then when I came to Canada, I the church that was near my neighborhood, I started singing in the choir there, and then I went to a different church and I started singing choir there, and then I developed with a gospel group and we started to sing. So that's where the gospel roots came in, from my church that I used to attend. And then now presently I also sing lead at another church called World Base Chapel.
And what do you do? Are you the lead vocalist or part of the
Yeah,
group?
yeah. So right now I'm the lead singer there. We are still looking for members as well, but for right now I sing there as lead, and yeah, every
So
Sunday.
of the music that you're performing, writing, and developing, what is your favorite taste in music?
I love R&B. That's my roots, but I don't mind once in a while doing a pop song. I think pop music is really it's fun, it's interesting. It can get the crowd going, and I love to cross over to pop as well.
And are you working on something? Can you tell us a bit of a sneak preview on something up and coming? Can you tease the
Yes.
listeners?
I don't have anything right now to present, but I do have a project on the way. Probably in a month or so, you'll probably hear a full project from me for sure.
So maybe we need to check back with you in a month or so.
Yeah, for sure.
So back to the songwriting.
Yeah.
I asked you, does the thought come to you from a dream in the shower singing, or do you get a vibe when you go to church? How do you pick up the start of the song?
It's just based on an experience that I'm going through. Like, say if I'm
So
in
it's
a
all on emotions.
emotions, yeah, like experience. It's not always presently. It could be something from the past that something triggered that emotion, and I remembered that emotion, and then it inspires me to write that heartbreak song, or that happy song, or whatever, like whatever the beat gives me, and then I feel that emotion, and then it could trigger me, like remembering a time where I was sad or happy, and then I can like write to that, or I can write about something that's presently going on.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, right now we're gonna introduce the first song.
And the first song is that Hooked?
Hooked, yes.
Hooked. Okay.
Okay.
So can you talk about that song a little bit?
Yeah.
Honestly, that song, I wrote that so long ago. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know we're in quarantine, and like I was finding content to really release, and I wrote that so long ago because I went to the Coalition Music AE program, and I recorded that there with one of the producers, and basically it's just talking about me being mesmerized and hooked on someone. I'm a lover, so you're gonna hear a lot of love songs, and I love hard. So that's just basically talking about me being in love with someone.
So you said you wrote the song, and the title is Hooked.
Yeah.
We're gonna play that song throughout the interview.
Yeah.
But where did the title Hooked came from? Is it I'm hooked on you? I'm hooked in this relationship? I'm hooked in life? Tell the listeners about what is Hooked.
Basically, hooked is being sprung. You're sprung on this one person. Like, this person is just so amazing, and you love this person, and you're just like obsessively hooked on them. Like, there's something about them that just draws you to them, and that's basically hooked. And that's kind of basically how I am when I'm in a relationship. I really love hard, and I'm so hooked on a person when I actually genuinely like them. So yeah, that's just me.
So Hooked, you mentioned you wrote it a while ago. How long ago?
Oh, that was probably, to be honest, 2013, 14.
So
That was a while. I actually didn't like the song at first.
why not? Why not?
Some, I think artists sometimes are our worst critics, our own worst critics, and at that time
You're too hard on yourself?
I was hard on myself. I didn't think it was good enough, and I just put it to the back burner, and I recorded something else. And then one day I was just going through my email, and I saw that there. I was like, it doesn't sound that bad. I might as well just release it. And then I was like, okay, release it. And yeah, it wasn't that bad, actually. I think I was a little too hard on myself.
Oh, I think so, totally. Well, we're gonna play that song.
Yeah.
Moving on, I want you to tell, and I ask this question amongst all the artists,
Yeah.
tell the listeners how tough the music industry is.
Man, it is really tough. You have to have like a thick skin. There's going to be a lot of rejections, a lot of disappointments, but you just got to keep on going. And what keeps you going is your passion. Once you're passionate about what you're doing, that's your motivation right there. And you have to be in it for the love and not for the money, or else you're not going to really get satisfied. So I think that's basically why I've lasted this long, is because I love what I do, and I'm doing it because I just love it and not for the fame or the fortune.
So what do you do when you make the phone call and they say, I'm sorry, we don't need you now or today, and call us next week? Or you knock on that door and they go, sorry, no interest, or you're not good enough, or call us some other time, not right now. How do you deal? Tell the listeners, how do you deal with the rejection?
It's hard, you know, like I feel bad sometimes, but I just basically, okay, evaluate myself and say, okay, what is it about myself that they don't like? And then I listen to my tapes thousands of times, and I say, okay, what do I need to improve on to make me a better singer, to make me a better artist? What do I need to do? Because if I don't have what it takes, then let me look at the artist that does have what it takes and see what they're doing that I'm not doing, and I try to not mimic what they're doing, but try to be on their level and just try to improve myself as much as possible in hopes that one day someone will take me serious.
Great answer. Great
Yeah.
answer. Folks, you're listening to the BMD, and we're hosting our show on the YouTube channel called Meet the Band, Catch a Break with me, the BMD. Live in front of me is Miss Pretty. Shahana Ross is with us in the house, telling us how good, how bad, and how sometimes it can be ugly this music industry is. So, are you a believer of practice makes perfect?
Of course, of course. Practice does make perfect. You can't perfect anything without, you know, practicing. Like before you can walk, you have to crawl. So that's my motto right there. So you have to practice, you know. That's what I believe in for sure.
How about heroes and inspiration? Who is driving you to wake up in the morning and sing those beautiful songs?
Number one is God. Number two, musical influencers are Beyonce and Mary J. Blige. I love those two, and Monica. And basically, I get inspiration from any artist that's out there doing their thing. And, you know, it's not easy being an artist. It's hard. So I support anyone that's actually in the entertainment business. Like, it's not hard doing what I do. It's hard even doing what you do sometimes too. You know, it's not easy. This entertainment is not easy, right? So like, I support anyone that's, you know, following their dreams and not just, you know, not trying to do their passion. So I support anyone.
So how do you keep up your edge, your competitive edge? You wake up in the morning and saying, nobody's going to break my stride today. I am doing it, even though they said I can't.
You know, I don't listen to people. Like, honestly, like, people like don't really much break me down because I believe in myself and I'm very confident, and I just don't listen to anyone. So I just continue, you know, just to push because I love what I do and I see the potential in myself. I know I'm not great, but I see the potential in myself and I see what, you know, I could be. And I think that's also what drives me too, because there's other people that don't really have some of my skills and they're doing a thing, and I'm just like, if they can do it, I can do it too. So what makes me more different than them? So why shouldn't I not believe in myself and believe what I'm doing?
So today we have a magical moment together. If you had a wish, what would be your wish today?
Oh my God, my wish was to make my dreams come true, make a reality, actually live out my dream and see the fruits of my labor, because I've been doing this for so long and it's been exhausting sometimes, and I really want to see me actually do what I love to do, and to also, take care of my family, and also show my mom. She has always been there for me, to show my mom like we did it, you know what I mean? And yeah, just make my dreams come true.
Well, it's so important having family support.
Yeah.
And how are you doing yourself in the pandemic times of COVID-19?
I'm coping with it. Like it's not bad. Like I'm just chilling. I'm just right now like doing like my podcast and writing music and like trying to keep myself active and busy and out there, and just occupying my time with something productive, to not like mentally let this pandemic being stuck in a house bring me down. So doing that and watching TV shows. Once in a while I'll go outside to get some fresh air, which is nice. Yeah, so I'm just trying to keep level.
Well, that's good. Well, you look good. You look like you aren't too down about the COVID-19 situation. What can you say, and what would be your tip of the day to all the youngsters out there, or people that are fighting their way up the ladder, not as far as you've gotten, and are lacking that little bit of confidence to push over? What would be your tip of the day for all the youngsters out there that want to be the new Shahana Ross?
Yeah, the news. I'll just say, it's okay to fail. Pick yourself up and go again and try and try and try and continue to work at your craft. Figure out what you need to do to be better at your craft. Network, and don't be afraid of constructive criticism, and just do what you do out of love, and don't look for handouts or favors or anything from anyone. Just hustle hard and never give up.
Great tip. Now, song number 2, tell us the name of the song and tell us about the song.
I believe I sent you Insecurities.
Yes, you did.
Yes, so Insecurities, that one is about me being insecure about certain things in like I'm going through. Like, okay, I'm insecure about my hair, or I'm insecure about how I was saying my music. I didn't think that that song was good enough, or whatever I've been insecure and that's been bothering me. That's what basically the song is about, and something that will just drive you nuts because you're so insecure. And I kind of sometimes used to let that get the best of me, and that's what kind of stopped me sometimes from doing certain things. So I had to get past that insecurities and just continue to push through. So.
I felt that song Insecurities was very soulful from the heart. I really felt you were squeezing your heart there. Was that right?
Yeah, like I faced a lot, insecurities, and it's a normal thing. A lot of people face insecurities, and I faced a lot, and that's why I wanted to put that in the song. And it's a relatable song too, and I know like a lot of people feel insecure about certain things, and I knew that song would touch some people. So yeah, I just wanted to be a little bit vulnerable and speak about the insecurities that I faced.
Monsters in my head keep haunting me, constantly fighting. leave me alone.
Got these demons in my head that keep talking to me, telling me what I should do, yeah, it's killing me. My past haunts me from things I didn't see. Take away the pain, yeah, I smoke a lot of green, drink a lot of liquor, stay away from the scene. If you know me, then you know what I mean. Used to think I wasn't good enough, life was such a bluff. All I wanted was success, never to be tough. Feed my family, made sure that they had enough. Was a nappy-headed broke boy, head looking scruff. Used to fight with my inner self like every day, trying to make a way from what I am today. I felt a lot of pain and I seen a lot of hurt. Had to find myself to really know my worth. Think I wouldn't make it, I was stuck in the hood all my life. It wasn't right just to eat, I was pushing right. Life is a movie, some would say that it's okay. I'm grinding hard just so I can make it one day. Flow like a butterfly, trying to be like Cassius Clay. For my family, I put my pride away, grinding for a better day. Yeah, we're gonna make a pay like a night in the field. Yeah, we're gonna make it slay. Like a sun when it shine, I'll be a brighter day. Like a sun when it shine, to be a brighter day.
Insecurities, you get the best of me. Insecurities, leave me alone. Insecurities, you get the best of me. Insecurities, leave me alone. Every single day I'm at war, sweating I can breathe. What's wrong with me? Thoughts on my mind keep taunting me. It won't let me sleep. Heaven, please open the gates for me. Sprinkle the water over me. Protect my thoughts, protect my mind. Keep me from my insanity. Insecurities, you get the best of me. Insecurities, leave me alone. Insecurities, you get the best of me. Insecurities, leave me alone. Insecurities, you get the best of me. Insecurities, leave me alone. Insecurities, you get the best of me. Insecurities, leave me alone.
Anything else you want to have a shout out? Time is pushing on. You want a shout out for anybody? A thank you for anybody?
Oh, well, thank you for sure for
I
having
am the BMD.
yes, for having me on here. Everyone, a general everyone, just thank you so much. Whoever had a piece of helping me or giving me some sort of advice, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've done, and I'm truly grateful.
Now, before we go, we need to know you to give us shout out on your social media scale so people can connect with you. Rip it at us.
Yeah. So connect with me on Instagram at Shahana Ross, Twitter, I am Shahana, Facebook, Shahana Ross, and YouTube at Shahana Ross.
I want to ask you before we go, where did that name Shahana come from?
That it was given to me from a business associate of mine. He was giving me advice about a song that would be, a name that would be very, marketable rather than the other name that I had before, which was my middle name, Akuya. So he thought Shahana would have been nice. And then my father's last name is Ross. So I thought, Shahana Ross would
Nice.
be nice to come together. So that's how it all
Well,
started.
I've enjoyed this interview and certainly an update and a recap from our first one.
Yes.
But this is our first video one together, and
Yes.
maybe the way of the future from now on during this COVID-19 situation. Folks, you've been listening to our show segment, Meet the Band,
Yes.
Catch a Break with the BMD, and we were honored to have our video guest today.
Yes.
Shahana Ross is in the house with the BMD. And if you've enjoyed this interview, don't forget to subscribe and
Yes.
press that like button. And we will catch up with you, Shahana,
Thank you.
at another date. And you look good, stay
you.
well, and keep producing good music.
Thank you so much. Thank
Bye
you.
for now.
Bye.
Hey folks, it's the BMD here. If you want to connect with me, now you can by email at thebmdtalks@gmail.com. If you are a struggling artist or have a strong desire to pursue a musical career, maybe you can catch a break with our new show, Meet the Band.